Finish him off! Finish him off!
He's calling for it!
This is it! This is it! Your career's on the line here! Do it! Do it! His place will erupt when he picks him up!
He's got him up! Oh, hell yeah! 1, 2, 3!
Thank you! Thank you! We've got a new heavyweight champion!
I'm the Lion Kid! Make yourself famous! I just had an out-of-body experience! What did we just see? What did we just see? He got him a power slam! He got him in a power slam! He got it! Simmons got it! Simmons has won the match! Simmons is the champion!
I've always maintained that reality is for people who can't face drugs.
Shit is about to get real.
You get knee deep. Shit.
Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger.
What?
And now, Straight Talk Society presents Wrestling with Reality.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport. The biggest match in pro wrestling history. The two biggest superstars in our sport in the biggest event the sport has ever seen. The biggest match in the history of our sport. Trying to run a little scalded dog here. Enough is enough. That's enough. No! Oh, God, that's enough! Stop it! Man, listen. Parents tougher than a $2 steak. Who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Slam! Toe slam! Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Lucifer's lips on the biggest size in the WWE! Somebody stop this! Somebody stop the damn man! Enough's enough!
What?
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
Dennis got it real. Woo!
WWE Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time. Let's rock.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
So escape from reality?
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
I am reality.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Oh, it's live, pal.
Let the slaughter begin! It is now time for
With reality.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Junior, look at this.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
number one to be the man, baby! You have to beat the man! Heavyweight champion of the world. The time is now. Reality has become the present, and the final lesson of the pain game has begun. Have you ever heard a joke like that in your life?
You are gonna wrestle my ass for the world title. You will have to kill me to keep me from killing you. Woo!
The 90s have been referred to as the reckoning with truth. In the 80s, everything was clouded. Nobody ever told the truth. In the 90s, the way to go is flat out. Tell no lies. That's the way we're gonna do it. When you hear something from our lips, truth it may be, and as much as it may hurt, you can count on it being exactly the way that it is.
We want the gold, sucker! Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga!
Oh, in the words of the great Booker T, Hulk Hogan, we are coming for you, N-word, all you other podcasters. We are coming for you. What is up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and we are back with another episode of Sunday edition of Wrestling with Reality. And I am joined, shout out to Keela in the building. I am joined by 1/3, if I do my math right, of the Wrestling with Reality team, producer extraordinaire, Venkat in the building. What's going on, Venkat?
What's going on, Trevor?
Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. MD will be joining us shortly. I know he's still on the road, but we are here with a special edition of Wrestling with Reality, Sunday edition. The only other time we did a Sunday edition of a show was a Man Talk Monday, and it just went entirely crazy because everybody was agreeing with Mike and everybody was against me. So it was a crazy deal. So hopefully that doesn't happen today. I do want to just say a couple of things before we get started. Hope you guys enjoy the camera view that you see now, because now you see my entire setup. You see what I work with now, because I'm not using the camera off my computer anymore. I have an actual external camera looking at me, and when I come back in August, I'll have an entirely new setup. I am making a couple of changes, and that's going to be one of them. I'll be in a completely different room and everything like that. The whole setup will be different. You see me with the Straight Talk Society shirt and hat on. Guess what? Finally, after coming for 2 months, the Straight Talk Society merchandise store is open and ready for business. I am in the process of making a video. My daughter is doing the voiceover work for me, so I'll have it out sometime this week. We'll do a whole nice video for the site and everything. But the link to the link to the store is on the main page of the channel, and it's also in the description of each new video going forward. So you could just go to the description box and it'll take you right to the link of the channel. Right now, the link of the store. Right now, we just have the Straight Talk Society stuff. We just got to see how it goes. But I am gonna make Keela already, always on point. I am gonna do the Tape Fist Politics shirts just so I could gift it to the fellas. And then we'll put that on and all that stuff will be available at some point going forward.
WWR.
Yeah, like I told you, we got limited spots. We got to see what works. We got to see what sells. They only allow me to put 5 items. They only allow me to put 5 items on.
Work for me, brother.
Here you go already. So there is a pay-per-view tonight. So I don't plan on staying here long because I know MD says he wants to watch the pay-per-view. There is a pay-per-view on tonight, AEW Forbidden Door. Guess what? I'm not talking about it because in all honesty, I don't have much interest in anything AEW has going on, because to me, it seems like a dead product. 500,000 viewers a few weeks ago. Then they come back with 680,000. Terrible viewership for a company that markets himself as the second biggest in the world. I got no thing to talk about them. If these guys want to come on and review the show afterwards, that's fine.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that you gave up on AEW?
I didn't give up on AEW, but I'm not gonna make them a priority when I'm getting ready to take a YouTube hiatus.
Oh,
why would I come back to have to review that? When we talk about AEW on this channel, nobody watches it. I mean, what's up, St. Louis? It is what it is. Nobody talks about it. Nobody watches it. I'm sure there's a market for it and it's fine, but I'm not gonna come back off of my hiatus to talk about it. I mean, you guys got carte blanche. You do whatever you want to do. You want to review the show? That's fine. I do see MD just joined us. What's up, MD?
Peace. What's going on? What's happening? My bad. I was getting fuel for the truck.
Yeah, I figure you was staying there. But yeah, Venkat, shout out to Bones in the building. If Venkat, you manager of the channel. Y'all wanna ride out on it, fine. Yeah, exactly. You was like, yeah.
No, I was like,
Listen, it is. Hey, great wrestling is one thing, and I'm pretty sure tonight's show is going to be fantastic.
But we don't know that.
I do want to ask
It could be
y'all,
a world's end type of situation.
Do y'all think they're going to take the belt off of Swerve?
They better not.
Or are they going to beat Ospreay? Because now you got two evils there. You got to beat Ospreay, or you got to take the belt off of Swerve.
Well, Swerve needs a major moment, so that would be huge for Swerve to get that win. So he damn sure better win tonight.
I look at it differently, man. I look at it as Swerve getting shafted because I look at it as them moving along the Callis family storyline. He getting shafted yet again. I think something's going to happen tonight where you finally see that split with the Don Callis family and Ospreay, which again undermines the championship reign of Swerve.
So wait a minute.
So you saying Swerve's going to lose?
No, I'm saying it could be a DQ finish.
Okay,
they're not about to beat Ospreay. I'm just gonna keep it real. They're not.
That'll be a cop out. That'll be a cop out.
Nobody's pinning Ospreay. That's
horrible.
So I was thinking that they were gonna do, because I've been saying Nana is gonna turn on Swerve at some point, and you could see it's coming. So I was thinking maybe they do that, but I like the Callis family causing a DQ. That way you keep the belt on Swerve and you don't pin Ospreay, because right now Ospreay is the best thing they got going, and they do not want to pin him until him and that MJF potential match. Like, so that's that. I don't think
the cost of Swerve, though. At the cost of Swerve.
Yeah. Well, Swerve's listen, again, this is what I say, but when I say it, it's like, oh man, Swerve's title run is a token title run, because for years, everybody has been saying AEW doesn't push black talent. They don't. You see how they treat all their black women, and don't give me no Mercedes Moné, because Mercedes Moné got about as much. Never mind. Don't give me her.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't give me her. When I say black, I'm talking about people that when you rub the comb through their hair, it catch a little bit. I'm talking about
black. I'm
talking about niggas. That's what I'm talking about.
Black.
And Swerve is getting the title, the token run. Swerve is great, man, fantastic. But they don't put no stock behind him. He don't main event anything. He's always like the secondary storyline, if they ever have any. It's just like he's there. He's just there.
That's why he needs to win by pin tonight. I don't want to see no cop outs at all. This is a pay-per-view, man. You want to do this, you do that on Dynamite or Rampage. You don't do that on pay-per-view. We want to see a 1, 2, 3 or a submit. That's it.
Yeah, he not pinning. Yeah, he not pinning. Ospreay. So, all right. And my last thing I'm gonna say though, before we get into the review, I was watching the WNBA, the Fever, Caitlin Clark's team against Brittany Griner. Man, yeah, Brittany Griner ain't no man, because she can't be that. She can't be that lackluster. She basically gave the game away at the end of the game. And Caitlin Clark is a turnover machine, but again, she's the face of the league, and nobody ever talks about the real face of the league, which is Angel Reese, who 9 straight double doubles. I mean, come on, man. I mean, it is what it is. Nothing. Y'all make sure and check out that Caitlin Clark show, man. That was done last Wednesday. Fantastic show.
So you mean like how when you said like she's a turnover machine, kind of like LeBron James is a turnover machine, and kind of like how LeBron James is allegedly the face of the league, but Steph Curry been winning all these championships, so he really is the champion, the face of the league, like Angel Reese. So like I get what you're saying, Trevor.
Angel Reese is awesome, man. And by the way, just so you guys know, I heard MD say something today on his live, and I totally agree with him. He was like, he's not going to play the YouTube standards and stuff like that. Guess what? I'm not doing it either. The gloves are completely off with me.
Oh, wow.
I'm going back. I'm going back to the old Trevor, man. I can't censor myself the way I've been doing. Because to me, you know,
what about the Bible though?
Well, they're gonna have to get in and fit in. I mean, they know who I am. They know who they signed up with when they came over here.
Oh boy, Trevor going back to Too Short.
I'm the host. I'm the host. I'm the host. I'm offering the platform. That's it. I mean, it is what it is. I have to be who I am, and who I am is the mouth of the South. Like I gotta be who I am. So
Yep.
You know, it is what it is. So yeah, y'all look for things to really
guidelines, man. If you kowtow to these guidelines, you'll push a narrative that you don't agree with. So I'm not gonna do it.
Exactly. And I've done that for so long. Like I've literally sat here and I had to bite my tongue on a lot of things. There's some things I don't want to say because I don't want to offend anybody and this and that. But now I was just sitting there thinking, I'm like, you know what? That's not me. That's not you know.
So is the swear jar gone?
Swear jar is gone.
Oh boy.
I would rather not have the multiple F-bombs, but the swear jar is gone.
That's when you know you mean business.
Yeah, swear jar is gone. Because and listen, man, it is what it is. Because there's a lot of things I want to say on Tape is Politics Tuesday when you do the debate recap. Like it's crazy, and I don't want to have to censor myself all the time and be like, oh man, they're not gonna like this. And if I want to call somebody a sissy, I'm gonna call them a sissy. Like that's what it is. It's me. That's me. That's why y'all need to hit up that channel membership. That way you hit up the channel membership. I don't care about ad rev. Ad rev don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about the ad rev. Just hit up the $2 a month channel membership. We'll be square. You know what I'm saying? We good. But yeah, things had to go back to the way things were, like who I am, and I had to be true to myself as always. So tonight, finally, we are going back. We are finally going to go over part 3 of Sting. What a tremendous ride it's been. The first 2 episodes. Sting has probably supplanted Ric Flair in my top 3. I'll know after this. I'll make it official after this.
So wait a minute. Are you still standing by this whole thing you said about Ultimate Warrior being better than Sting?
I don't think I ever said that.
You did when we were doing the top 10.
No, you'll have to find that clip for me. Then I don't.
Lord, you were saying that Warrior.
MD, you were there. Did I ever say that? I don't think I would ever.
Warrior
I mean, it's been a minute. We'll have to go back and look at the tape.
Yeah, you got to go back and roll the tape because I don't think I would ever. I don't think I would ever say nothing crazy like that. Like that's crazy. Even if I didn't like Sting, that had to be something I was saying tongue in cheek. You know what? That was Solar saying that. You mistaken me for Solar.
Nah,
Solar.
You were right there. You were right there.
That was either Sun Black or Solar. That wasn't me. No, he would have just been like Booker T. All right.
Damn.
All right, we are live. But like I said, man, I am taking a month off, man. Personal family issues that I had to tend to. So I am going to take a month back, but I already lined up shows for the entire first week of August. So I am not going anywhere. The man with the greatest used to be beard on YouTube. Y'all can't see me really because I'm hiding behind this mic, but the illustrious beard is gone. But
that preacher got to you?
No.
Hold on, wait a minute. I can't see. I'm driving. You cut your beard off?
I cut it down.
Yeah, that preacher got them.
Nah, ain't no preacher.
Oh,
ain't no preacher got to me. I lost I lost 20 pounds. My face is a lot slimmer. I don't need to cover it with all. I don't need to cover it with all that hair.
Oh man,
That's what it is.
all us out here with these struggle beards, and you cutting yours off.
I get so now Mike can lay claim to having the beard on the channel. Now Mike can lay claim to it. I know he was trying to come for me with it, so he could lay claim to having it. But yeah, no, I just cut the sides off though. I cut the sides off. Like I say, I dropped 20 pounds, so I need to contour my face. And my wife, she won't stop chasing me around the building because she's like, oh my God. So you know, it is what it is. I hear you hear out there. All right, let's get into this show, man. This is part 3 of Sting, and this one's called Sting's Last Ride. We are going to cover his WWE and AEW run, and I'm going to have something very interesting to say after this show that nobody's going to ever thought that I would have said, but here we go. So, let's get into this WWE run. So it starts out, veteran professional wrestler journalist Bill Apter chronicled Sting's career in a piece for WWE.com on February 19, 2014, where he stated that Sting's best days may still be yet to come. He appeared in a WWE production in April 15, 2014, sharing a story of his former tag team partner, the Ultimate Warrior, who had recently died. This marks Sting's first non-archive appearance on a WWE branded show. So now we're getting into Sting's WWE run. It all started with Bill Apter doing a piece on him. So Sting was a prominent contributor to the documentary film The Warrior Ultimate Legend, which premiered on the WWE Network in April. The following day, online retailer Zawa announced the upcoming WWE home video DVD and Blu-ray, The Best of Sting.
I got 2 copies.
You got that DVD?
Yeah, I got the DVD and the Blu-ray.
Okay, I don't think I saw that one. Is it on the network?
I'm not sure. I mean, I would hope it is, but okay,
I got to check that one out. I didn't see that one.
And then he has another one too.
Well, I think we're going to talk about that movie. You talking about that movie he made, Into the Light?
I
want to watch that movie.
Yeah.
I heard that was the worst piece of trash in the world, so I want to watch that movie. So the 3-disc set released on September 23rd, 2014 on Sting appeared in a vignette on Raw to promote the video game for WWE 2K15, in which he was featured as a pre-order bonus in both his Crow and Surfer incarnations. The same day, WWE began selling Sting's merchandise. So this is what this seemed like to me. And I know Venkat gonna shit all over it, which I'm gonna shit on it too. That's where we go. That's why I say we're gonna agree. This is what this seemed like to me. Their whole thing with Sting was strictly a marketing thing. I don't think Vince ever had any inclination of him getting in the ring in the beginning. Like it, because think about it. They bring him back to do the Bill Apter does a piece on him out of nowhere because he had just left TNA. Then they have him all over the Ultimate Warrior thing. They had never had Sting on any of their things just talking without archival footage that they had. Then they have him as the pre-order on the video game. That's how we knew Goldberg was coming back when they did the pre-order thing and they had the Suplex City. It seemed to me like this whole deal was just something to get his NIL, basically. They literally wanted his name, image, and likeness. I mean, I guess they own it anyway, so it didn't really matter, but they wanted his blessing. What do you guys think about that? When he first started coming in, not what happened, we'll get to it. Trust me, Venkat, you'll get all your chance to rail on it, because I know you are, because I am too. Did y'all see it that way? Like they had no intentions of him wrestling?
Yeah, I can see that. I remember because they announced the the WWE 2K reveal on Raw, and it was huge. You know what I'm saying? So I remember that aspect. At the time I didn't look at it that way. In retrospect, definitely. And with the Bill After piece, I remember that. And just the sidebar, that's another person need to be in the Hall of Fame. They always using him
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
journalistic purposes, but don't want to put him in the Hall. That's just another story. But I remember the Bill After piece, and I didn't think much of it. But once they did the 2K reveal, I was like, yeah, that's great. But in retrospect, I can see what you're saying as far as the marketing ploy.
Yeah, what you think, Van Cat? Because it don't seem like they had any. To me, just at the beginning, before we get into what we're gonna get in, it just don't seem like they wanted him to wrestle at all.
Yeah, maybe they thought he was older or whatever the case may be. But Sting always said that he just never trusts WWE and Vince McMahon with his career, and rightfully so. They never had a big vision for him. And I don't know if it's like disrespect on some level, because maybe the bias because he had Warrior and he's like the other half of Warrior and he never came through Vince McMahon's tutelage and he just didn't, took him for granted. And maybe Vince McMahon took some sort of way, felt some sort of way because it was a long time, decades that Sting was just in WCW. And then when WCW was gone, he went to another company and then another company, just always trying to get away from WWE. So maybe there was a certain feeling. And you look at the way Vince McMahon and WWE handle a lot of the talent, especially from WCW. It really doesn't go that well. Even Booker T, he was getting buried, but he endured, and that's what makes Booker T so great. But Sting had a legitimate plight, and we can't get around that. I mean, they just didn't have a real vision for him.
All right, so I don't disagree with you. There you go. The event was held to announce WWE's upcoming line of Mattel action figures. That's the thing about doing these profiles where I had to go back and read all this stuff. It throws things in my. I'm like, damn, bro. I never looked at it that way like this. I was watching it at the time, and I'm just like, oh shit, that's 60-year-old Sting. He probably wasn't 60 at the time. He was probably like 58 because he retired at 62, 63. But nevertheless. So this event was held to announce WWE's upcoming line of Mattel action figures, in which the company's first ever Sting figure would appear. Prior to that appearance, Sting gave his first interview with WWE.com, which was released later that day. On August 4th, WWE announced Sting as a guest on the WWE 2K15 roster reveal panel, which took place in Los Angeles. So this was the panel. This was the moment. This is the picture that sent the internet crazy. I remember this day. This was at the Comic-Con thing, and this picture sent the internet crazy because they were like, holy crap, Sting is in bed with WWE. And then everything started happening. Like, what are they going to do with him? What are they going to do with him? We know what they did with him. So his feud with the Authority, I didn't know he was in WWE this long. So 2014 to 2015, on November 23rd, during the main event of Survivor Series, Sting made his first ever appearance in the WWE ring by attacking Triple H with the Scorpion Death Drop and also costing Team Authority the match. That main event was phenomenal. That was Team Cena versus Team Authority.
Yeah.
That main event was awesome. Sting, when I'm gonna tell you when Triple H start being Triple H and you're like, oh my God, and Michael Cole's going crazy on the announce desk, he's like, just pin him already. He said, what are you wasting time for? Like, just so pissed off at Triple H, and then all of a sudden you hear that crow squawk, and we like, what the hell going on here? And then when you see Sting and JBL does this thing, I don't really like when JBL does this. People seem not to have a problem with it, but I do. So nobody allegedly knows that Sting's supposed to be there. Nobody.
Yeah.
So JBL sees Sting and he's like, oh my God, you know who that is? That's Sting. That's the 6-time WCW champion for 12-time, like ripping off all his stats. I'm like, bro, how the hell did you have all that readily available? Dude. I'm like, it's supposed to, you're supposed to make it seem like nobody knew. How could you have all this readily available? I hate it. JBL is known for doing that. When people come and do, I hate that, man. Just act like it's a surprise. I'm pretty sure y'all knew. Act like it's a surprise.
You see the irony here, though? Like, Sting makes his debut at Survivor Series, just like Undertaker made his debut at Survivor Series. It's crazy.
I didn't even look at it that way. MD, did you see this match?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, of course. I mean, again, with the lead up of everything, it was inevitable at that point. It was surprising for it to be in that angle, and what everything happened afterward. To see him catapulted into that role was obvious, and I just think it was the wrong person. I don't think.
Oh yeah.
Can you? Huh? Oh, I'm
no,
sorry.
I'm agreeing with you. No, I'm saying, oh yeah,
okay.
oh yeah.
Yeah. It was the wrong person. Everybody knows that. Triple H was part-time at that particular time, and it's almost as if Triple H felt like he was the only person that could lead that angle, which was false. But it is what it is.
So who do y'all
do great things for Dolph too? That didn't work out well.
Yeah, Dolph. Hey, we know that's why he in TNA now. He didn't know that didn't do anything. Who do y'all think made that call? The ultimate call of having him go to Sting. I mean, go to Triple H versus instead of Undertaker, because it was right there in your lap. It was right there.
It has to be Vince McMahon.
I disagree. I think Triple H. I think Triple H went to Vince and made his argument. So ultimately, I believe it was Triple H. I mean, yeah, Vince made the call, but I think he pleaded his case.
That's terrible, man. And again, hindsight being 2020, I could agree. I could admit when I'm wrong. This was a bad move. And so Sting helps Dolph Ziggler, Team Cena win the match. The Authority's fired. Blah 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 blah. That lasted for like all a week. So January 19, 2015, Sting made his live Raw debut by appearing backstage during the main event before walking to the stage, causing the distraction that cost the Authority members Big Show, Kane, and Seth Rollins their handicap match against John Cena. This win gave the recently fired Dolph Ziggler, Ryback, and Eric Rowan their collective jobs back. So again, now they got Sting. They're putting them in everything now. And so it's him completely against the Authority. They're calling him the Vigilante. I know Venkat hated that name. I could just imagine how much you hated that name, the Vigilante.
I don't understand why they have to always give a new name to guys when they come in. This is an established superstar for decades, and we're giving him a new name. Sheesh.
Bro, wait until you hear like my recap of his career, because there's very few times in wrestling you could get something that is 100% you can't mess it up. And they found a way to completely mess it up. Oh my goodness.
It's even really worse when you think about the whole invasion angle. The WCW versus WWF 2001, when they had WCW, they bought WCW. They didn't have the major talent.
I think that's why they did it.
So then, like, you're getting these guys now. You have Sting, and like you just totally I mean, you could say the same thing with Goldberg too. That initial run, even though I think he did well, but it could have been a lot better for Goldberg. Scott Steiner. They made, but again, Triple H is in front of all of them.
Scott Steiner was his own enemy with the drop foot. That was That was his fault with the drop foot syndrome. That was Scott Steiner, because they were going to put the belt on him. But he had that drop foot injury. He just could not compete the way he was doing. They weren't getting Big Papa pumped. I don't know who the hell this guy was that showed up. But I agree. The invasion angle again. At the time when I was watching it, I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. But when I go back and I look at it, I look at how they completely ruined it. You know what I would have did in that Survivor Series match? I would have had Team WCW win.
Of course.
Because what does it hurt? Like, for real.
But that's how petty they are. That's the problem.
You know why I would have had WCW win? Because the next night Ric Flair came on and they did the whole he owns half of the company. So why not have WCW win?
Yeah.
Like it's like you know what Triple H is doing now? Triple H is already at WrestleMania of next year and he's working backwards. You know what they were doing them times? They was working hour to hour. They were talking about how Vince would come in and he'd tear the script up. It's oh my God. So Triple H then challenged Sting to a face-to-face confrontation on the February 2nd episode of Raw. Sting accepted the challenge on the February 9th episode by sending a Sting doppelganger into the ring to scare Triple H. After airing a vignette on the big screen, accepting Triple H's challenge. So Sting and Triple H had a confrontation at Fastlane and WrestleMania. On February 22nd, following some slight physicality between the two. Sting pointed to the WrestleMania 31 sign with his baseball bat, issuing a challenge for an event that was accepted by Triple H. So when I got in a car accident. I got a car accident in 1998. 3 days before I was going to the Navy, I got in a car accident. And so I was all in this physical therapy and stuff like that. And this is 1998. Wrestling was at its peak then. And I had on my DX shirt. And I'm at the chiropractor. And the chiropractor's like, I'm like, damn, bro, why you looking at this guy's huge, like big, muscle bound big. I'm like, damn, bro, why you keep looking at me like that? He's like, he said, my friend used to kick that guy's ass all the time. I'm like, who are you talking about? He's like, Hemsley. I said, who? He was like, Hemsley on your shirt. I said, oh, Triple H. He was like, yeah. I said, get out of here. I said, who is your friend? He was like, Steve. I'm like, who is Steve? Because I didn't know him as Steve Borden. I'm thinking like Sting. If you want to mention Sting, call him Sting. So my chiropractor was like, he was like, he's best friends with Sting. And he was saying how they used to train, I guess, back in WCW, and Sting used to always kick Triple H's ass. So a lot of this could have just been like payback. So because
very real.
Because what we're about to recap here now shouldn't have happened. Let's go to WrestleMania play button. And this, by the way, is my favorite WrestleMania of all time. And I already told the story. Y'all want to check my top 5 WrestleManias, go check it out in the 5 count section. But I give the reason as to why this is my favorite WrestleMania of all time. Because this happened on the day after my daughter was born. And this is when my wife begged me to go home just to leave the hospital. And WrestleMania happened to be on. And they entertained me for 4 hours. And I'll never, ever, ever, ever forget this show. This will forever be my favorite WrestleMania of all time, just because for 4 hours, they took my mind off of what was going on in real life. So just like now, there's a bunch of stuff going on in real life in the family, but we talking about wrestling. So, it is what it is. Wrestling's always been there for me. So let's get to WrestleMania 31. Sting lost at WrestleMania 31 in a match involving interference from members of both DX and the NWO, but shook hands with Triple H afterwards. Venkat, now let's hear from MD first, because MD ain't going to be as long as Venkat. MD, what was your thoughts on this match?
Looking back at it, the story was set up, DX NWO. The story was beautifully told in terms of the body of the match. It's just like, bro, you're not doing like you on top of the world, Triple H. It's not going to hurt you to put Sting over. It's just not. The fact that Sting lost this match and the way that his aforementioned career in WWE went after the fact was just horrible. I don't understand the reasoning behind the settlement of how it all went down. Like I said, it could have been ulterior motive. It could have been Triple H looking back at when he was in WCW, and all that terrorizing and all that stuff. Okay, whatever. Bro, it's nothing else that you can achieve. You in an executive position in WWE making millions of dollars. I mean, as a company, billions. Bro, just put the man over. Just put him over. Like, what are we doing? But like I said, as far as like a match, it was fun. Seeing Hogan and Nash and seeing DX, they could have like with X-Pac, I could have saw them maybe like putting X-Pac in a because like I said, the match was just it was more than Sting and Triple H at the end of the day. And that's what made it fun. So it's all kind of stuff they could have did with it, but at the end of the day, the wrong person won. Point blank, period. And it did nothing for Sting after the fact, which was the ultimate FU to Sting, essentially. But that's what it is. And that's Triple H's greatest entrance of all time to me.
Yeah, well, hey, hold up, Venkat. Let me go because I know you're gonna go off on this. I'm
not gonna go long, but go ahead.
But hold on, I wanted to bring that up. They gave Triple H this Terminator entrance with Arnold Schwarzenegger introducing him. You got all these Terminator cyborgs, I guess you call them, coming out, and they give Sting some old Chinaman beating drums on the stage.
Which didn't make no sense. Like what they got to do with Sting?
I didn't get what the hell that entrance was. And by the way, too, they should have saved this match for when it started getting dark. It would have just been better.
Exactly.
And I think
way better.
Yeah, the Bray Wyatt Undertaker match that took place here too didn't come off good because it was still broad daylight when they're trying to do all that stuff. But so to the body of the match, I thought this match was fun, man. Like I agree with MD. I thought this match was so fun when Sting did the dive off the top rope. I'm like, holy crap. I'm unlike you though, MD. I see where DX. But from my recollection, Sting was the ultimate foil to the NWO. Why in storyline continuity would they now come and try to defend him?
But Sting is a former NWO member.
That doesn't count. The NWO Wolfpack.
I don't have no issue. I don't have an issue with it. I don't have an issue with it because if we say so the real people that supposed to came out was Wolfpack. You can't bring out Luger. He in a wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Nash, yeah. So I don't really have an issue with it. With the continuity of WCW,
how about Goldberg? How about Goldberg and Booker T come save him?
That would also any myriad of WCW any combination of WCW roster would have worked. It would have, but I'm not mad at the NWO spot. I'm not. I ain't gonna get mad at it.
But they gave him the out. They gave Sting the way to win because you could have said that it was all interference, that maybe the NWO did something or DX accidentally hit Triple H. There was a sledgehammer spot in here, and I think he hit Sting with the sledgehammer. Yep. And Sting kicked out of the first one, but then he hit him with so the mighty pedigree is stronger than the sledgehammer, brother. Then he hit him with the pedigree. But so at the time when it happened, because Twitter was going crazy, I got on Twitter. I need to go back and find my tweets, and I was like, man, all you guys are marks, and you guys are sitting here. So what? He lost. He got a WrestleMania moment. Hindsight being 2020. Looking at this 9 years later, this was absolutely the wrong call. This was absolutely the wrong call, especially seeing that you were gonna shine him up to go against Seth for the title, He had to get a signature win because up until this point, he didn't have any wins in WWE. All right, Van Cat, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying there. Roddy Piper, for one, I remember watching a video of Roddy Piper reviewing the match, and all he was talking about was like why they didn't let Sting win and how horrible that was and blah blah blah. The Wolfpack thing with NWO, he was an NWO member. Even if he wasn't black and white, he still was connected to NWO. So to me, that's not far-fetched. And it's not about Sting's relation with NWO. It's the fact that DX is there. So they're by default going to mess with DX because of that, perceived rivalry. When they drove down, they were trying to drive down to WCW Arena with that little tank. So shots were fired a long time ago. So it's not really about the relationship Sting had with the NWO. It's just the idea that DX is there, NWO gonna be there. And that was it. But I mean, what can be said about this that hasn't been said? To me, it pissed me off. It showed pettiness at its highest degree. A bunch of fickle white men that can't do nothing, that have a bunch of big egos, and they just cry like little women because they want to win. This company's out of business, but they still feel a need to bury the talent that represented the company. Yeah. Which that's just the lamest of the lame.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. I can't disagree. It's beyond. MD said it, man, bro. You are the executive of the company. We expect executives to win. You were and not for nothing. At the last WrestleMania, you were the champion. You came in as the champion. So, or was it the one after? And one in between one of these two, that's when he beat Roman Reigns, or he came in as champion because he won the Royal Rumble. But there was no reason Sting should have lost this match. No reason at all. Because it's not like Sting looked like crap. When he came back at Survivor Series, I was crapping on his look because of the pants that he had on. I'm like, oh my God. And his hair wasn't like slicked. It was kind of airy looking. I'm like, oh boy, where did he get this old dinosaur? But when he showed up at WrestleMania, I'm like, holy crap, this guy's still in shape. And when he did that dive, I'm like, okay, let's go. This guy's going to put it all on the line, and only to use his baseball bat and break it on the sledgehammer. Like, it's like, you know what they did? Everything that was his strengths, they found a way to make it worth nothing. The baseball and the sledgehammer spot. Obviously, the sledgehammer going to win. It was just, it's like they cut his legs off every moment in this match. Bones is saying the match was disappointing. I thought the match was really fun. Just to see these two guys in there, but
I didn't particularly care for the match, to be honest.
Oh, you didn't like it either? The finish was terrible. It was the wrong finish.
And what wrong. This match did show was an even bigger, better match than even the Undertaker match that I wanted to see, which was Shawn Michaels against Sting. That was always a big dream match right there that I thought would have been an actually great match to watch.
Oh, I never thought about putting them two in the ring.
And in this match, they did meet up. Shawn Michaels super kicked Sting at one point during the match. And
Shawn Michaels was in the end.
Yeah, he was there. He super kicked Sting. I remember the first time I saw Sting and Shawn Michaels doing that religious channel talking about the Bible together. And I was like, oh wow, two of them just chilling there talking about Jesus. But that would have been a great match. I mean, but that's the things that should have happened, man. Like, you can't do like Undertaker and Sting, WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels and Sting, SummerSlam. They should have had this all planned out and had him wrestle the matches that matter, especially when you're towards the end of your career. You don't have time to build anything. And one more thing, Triple H is full of crap. He went on that damn DVD with Bret Hart, trying to bury Bret Hart, talking about you got to do what's good for business. Well, what is this? How's this good for business, man? Come on. If he doesn't want to do it, we'll make him do business. Yeah, whatever, man. Yeah, this guy's two-faced like hell, man. And giving Bret Hart a bad look.
C plus player Bret Hart.
Oh Lord!
Shout out to Bones. Your favorite wrestler is a C plus at best. So you know what? If Triple H was going to win, they should have did a rubber match, and he could have got his win back at later at Survivor Series or something.
Right.
The first match. No, Sting has to win it. You don't bring a guy in. You know what it's like? It's like when AJ Styles first came to the company and they put him in the WrestleMania match against Y2J. AJ Styles won the match. I mean, Y2J won the match. How? Like, why? In what world? All right, MD say in a bad spot, but like, how? That's insane. Why would you have AJ Styles at the time, the best wrestler in the world? It makes no sense. Hey, when hindsight is 2020, when I watch a lot of this stuff back, or I get out of the emotion of it and I sit back and I'm like, man, still think Cody should have won at 39, but it's all good. We ain't gonna go there. So they had,
you need to catch up with that. Who Killed WCW, man? That junk is great.
Yeah, I you know what? I'm off this week. I'll start watching it because I have it saved. I just haven't started watching it yet because we do need to go over that.
Yeah, you got to watch all 4 parts.
Oh, it's only 4?
Yeah. I think, yeah, because they just went through the whole closing of Nitro and whatnot in the 4th part. Yeah, that was it.
All right, well, I'll check that out then. So, Sting returned on August 24th. Wait a minute. Okay, so Sting returns on August 24th episode of Raw, challenging Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Night of Champions. Sting defeated Big Show by disqualification in his first match on Raw. He couldn't even pin the Big Show.
Which he pinned him in WCW.
But I'm saying, but look at what's going on here.
I know. The undermining of everything. Yep.
Everybody has beaten the Big Show.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even let him beat the Big Show clean.
Including Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. Sting defeated Big Show by disqualification as consequences of Rollins attacking Sting. So his opponent that he's going to challenge for the belt interfered in the match, and that's what caused him to beat Big Show. By default, Big Show should be the one that should get that title shot.
Right.
I mean, they couldn't even let him beat Big Show. I mean, everybody beats Big Show. So that same night, a second match was booked with John Cena and Sting defeating Big Show and Rollins. And I bet you anything, John Cena probably got the pin. So let's get into the.
That would have been interesting too. Have John Cena wrestle Sting at some kind of event. That would have been good. They should just be trying to crank out these matches, man. Do these dream matches.
Yeah, especially what he did in his AEW run. You knew he had gas left in the tank. Which when we get to AEW run, I am just flabbergasted. I did not know he did that much. I feel like he had more matches in AEW than he had in TNA. That was crazy. So let's get to the match that basically ended Sting's WWE career. And I'm going to say this, and I said this when it happened, and I'm saying it again. Seth Rollins wasn't at fault here because you do that buckle bomb, you assume the risk. It happens, and Sting probably wasn't the first person to get hurt on it. But from everything that I heard, that they were going to put the belt on Sting that night.
Of course they were.
I don't know how true that is because they can say
true.
that. They can say that now that it didn't happen, but we all know what happened in the match. Sting versus Seth Rollins. Sting was actually having a really good match with him. Seth Rollins hits a buckle bomb. Sting gets a concussion, and then the match goes to shit. MD, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah. All right. What was your thoughts on this Night of Champions match?
I mean, it was an all right match until he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did hear about them putting. I mean, I guess that's the least they could have done. Hell, you ain't letting them win that Mania. You could at least give him a title run. It was gonna be brief if he would have got it. I wasn't gonna put much stock in it, but at least he would have that on his resume. I mean, it's unfortunate. I don't blame Seth. I mean, he that was his style that particular time. It was a good match. What they were gonna do next, I mean, like I said, I think they were just gonna transition something. You know what I mean? He wasn't gonna have the title long. I can tell you that for a fact.
Hey, here's a suggestion. He beat Triple H at Mania. Seth loses the belt to Sting, and Triple H beats Sting for the belt at the next event. There you go.
That makes sense.
Triple H gets his win back. And he was the authority figure at the time, so he could have used everybody to help get the belt off of Sting. There you go.
Right.
But instead, we were potentially going to have a champion that lost his first match, couldn't beat the Big Show, and his only win on the WWE roster was in a tag match with John Cena. Just think about that.
Yeah. And that WWE, they always like to point fingers at WCW and all these other organizations, but WWE has a history of bad booking. They don't get the blame like that because I guess they're still going, so that shields them. I bet you if WWE would have went under, they'll be talking about WWE off sideways. It's crazy, man. It's just frustrating because, again, how is this good for business?
What'd you think of the match though, Van Cat? Because I know you blame Seth Rollins. I mean,
I blame 100%.
I just can't blame because it's his move that he does to everybody. So the one person that gets hurt, then we want to say that he was reckless. I can't buy that.
First of all, you have an older wrestler in there. Why the hell do you need to do that move to begin with? And Seth Rollins, he did his semi-apology. Yeah, I was a little stinger and all this other garbage. But why would you got to be smart about what you're doing. Why would you even entertain that move? That made no sense. And the match was good. It was a good match. And then Sting got hurt. And then all I remember is Sting just being on the ground. And you could tell like when the motions of the referee, you could tell like something is wrong. And it's just freaking frustrating, man. It's frustrating to see.
I thought it was storyline at first. Like the way he just dropped, I thought maybe they were doing like a Shawn Michaels passing out in the middle of the ring thing like they did.
I don't know. It looks serious. My God.
So, because I mean, you the guy that I don't want to open this can of worms, but you the guy that blames Vince McMahon for Owen Hart. I mean,
he murdered Owen Hart. I'm not holding that back.
I get why you would say this, but I don't know. What's up, MD?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's when Cena beat Rollins for the United States Championship, right?
No, he had put Rollins went in with both titles. Oh, you talking about that night? Yeah. The same night. I forgot. Yeah, he defended the title against Cena earlier in the night. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, continuity wise, it didn't make sense at all. But as a result of him getting injured, that's why I do believe that he would have won had that not happened.
And what's the deal with this Night of Champions? Man, that's Clash of the Champions. Just call it what it is, man. Night of Champions. My God.
So here it is. Hall of Fame and first retirement, 2016 to 2020. He had 3 matches in WWE. He had the Triple H. He had 4, the Big Show, and then the tag with Cena and against Big Show and Rollins, and then the match with Ryan. In 4 years, he had 4 matches in WWE. We're gonna contrast that later. It was announced on the January 11th. Hold on, let me get over there. It was announced on the January 11, 2016 episode of Raw that Sting would be the first member of the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2016. Sting ultimately reneged on having neck surgery on March 22nd. He explained that he felt completely normal and had none of the side effects commonly associated with cervical spinal stenosis. Okay, it was a neck. It wasn't the I was thinking it was concussion, but okay, it was a neck. So on April 2nd, during the Hall of Fame induction speech, Sting announced his first retirement from the professional wrestling. He appeared at WrestleMania 32 alongside his fellow inductees. The following night, in August 2016, Sting appeared on the WWE Network shows Legends with JBL, talked about his career. He also stated that he has not undergone neck surgery, which would definitively end his career. And he still held hope out for a match with The Undertaker, claiming that such a match is unfinished business in wrestling. And Vince McMahon robbed us of the match that, was okay. You remember WWE Network ran this, they ran this special on, they ran like a 10-part special on WWE, on WCW, where they were highlighting like the luchadors, and they were just highlighting all this stuff. And then they did an episode on the heart and soul of WCW, which was Sting. And every person that did an interview, they were like, man, we missed out on the fact that we never got Sting in the WWE so we could do a match with The Undertaker. They finally get Sting in WWE and they pivot and they don't do the match with The Undertaker. They could have done a cinematic match. They could have did a match because the Triple H match was a smoke and mirrors match. That wasn't a straight up match. That match had 10 guys interfering. Why couldn't they have done the same thing in this? This match could, man, boy, this might go down as the biggest what if in wrestling history, because we got Hogan versus Flair. I mean, we got that to death. This may go down as the greatest missed opportunity ever. You have the two enigmas from the two biggest companies. You finally got them under the same roof, and you pivot and you put Undertaker with Bray and you put Sting with Triple H. This was terrible. You always say I don't criticize WWE. I am telling you, this was terrible. This was a 4 years of wasted time, 4 years of what could have been. You could have saved all those matches he had. If you didn't want him wrestling, you could have just gave us the one Undertaker match and he could have called it a night. And I would have been perfectly fine with that.
And Undertaker wanted the match too.
I would have been perfectly fine with that.
The Undertaker has his channel on YouTube now. It's great. Yeah, his channel is great, man. He goes over all kinds of stuff, and one of the things he did talk about was this, and how he would have loved to have had the match happen, but it just never linked. It never linked up like that. But I mean, the WWE has a history of this nonsense. You didn't get Hogan and Flair in WWE. You didn't get it. You got on a house show disqualification count out. That's what you got. You didn't get Dusty Rhodes against Hogan. All these opportunities were right there, by the way. It's just ridiculous. Even the Road Warriors against Demolition, like the proper Road Warriors against Demolition, not Crush with Smash or what. No, you got to have the actual legit Demolition against the legit Road Warriors and let them go straight up. You never get those matches. It's just like they always do something to put a monkey wrench in the whole operation, as if they know people want to see it and they're like, let's go against that. Just like that, there was an event, you could see it on the WWE Network. It's the Battle Royal in Britain or something it's called. And if you watch that crap, everybody that's a heel, Yeah, everybody that's a heel won all night long until the Warriors got in there. But I mean, it was just crazy. They just went against everything that the audience wants, and it seems like Vince McMahon gets a kick out of doing that type of stuff.
So according to this, Sting pitched the idea of a cinematic match with the Undertaker, and it was never approved. And then the Undertaker. And it says Undertaker himself officially retired in 2020. So, gun to your head, both of y'all. Who would have won this match?
Not probably Undertaker. Undertaker should win it because it's WrestleMania, so Undertaker should win.
Yeah, me personally, I think if the whole marketing gimmick was your stilo at that particular time, y'all should have just rolled that wave, and Sting shouldn't have showed up until a few weeks before WrestleMania, and just had the match. I didn't need to see Sting in Triple H. I didn't need to see. I don't need to feel better about Sting having a WWE title shot. I don't. This is all I need right here. He could have stayed out of my sight until that moment.
Yeah.
And I would have been perfectly fine.
MD, I think we could have got a trilogy out of this. Do the blow off at WrestleMania. Because we know Undertaker didn't start losing that. No, he lost the year before. No, WrestleMania 30 is when he started losing. So that's why they had him come back and beat Bray at 31. But you do the blow off at WrestleMania. So you start probably at Royal Rumble or something like that. Wherever you start, who cares? But the third and final match, because you got 4 matches out of them anyway. So let's say you're gonna get your 4 matches. What I'm saying is,
there's a significance with Survivor Series for the Undertaker, and so that would have been interesting.
You beat him at Survivor Series.
Okay.
Or you can Series.
Right, or you can give him the Cena Lesnar treatment and have Sting show up day after WrestleMania and build it up all the way to next year.
Yep. Venkat, they had him under contract for 4 years. I didn't think they had him under contract for that long because I can't ever remember him in the ring. He was under contract for 4 years. He got 4 matches in the first year. So for 3 years, they had him under contract just under a licensing agreement and popping up at sporadic backstage appearances. You mean to tell me you couldn't have had him beat Undertaker at Survivor Series? They go to a DQ or something at Royal Rumble, or Undertaker gets his win back. And then Undertaker finally beat him in WrestleMania, and you could do cinematic, you could do whatever. 2020, hell, COVID, cinematic. You had to do the cinematic because Undertaker got the Boneyard match against AJ Styles at WrestleMania 20.
To me, first of all, you got to have a match like this at WrestleMania, and that's got to be the first time they wrestle. And you can't have cinematic. It's got to be in the ring, in front of the people. These are the guys people wanted to see. And what they represent is something really important. Because Sting is a guy that's always been in WCW decade after decade. Undertaker has always been the guy decade after decade in WWE. So it was like, here's the two loyal, big dogs for each company. And that would have been great for them to have that match. But if you do a match in Survivor Series or Royal Rumble or wherever, you're degrading it. The first time they touch has to be at WrestleMania. Now, after WrestleMania, it's anybody's bet at that point. But they got to meet first time ever at a WrestleMania. But they freaked that up.
So hold on then. So what's the difference with Triple H beating them versus Undertaker at Mania?
Well, first of all, it's Undertaker. Who the hell wanted to see Triple H? Nobody wants to see that.
But that's why I said you don't do it at Mania, because he got to get a win somewhere.
No, that don't matter. For wrestling fans that have been wanting this match forever, this is way bigger than any win, loss, or title. This is a specific dream match, and that's stuff they never understood with these dream matches. You know, those matches should happen in a fixed sport like this. This is not boxing where there's a bunch of politicking about, trying to avoid the best boxers to make your record look good, like Floyd Mayweather. You want to actually see these guys in the ring doing it in a big way. So it doesn't matter if he would have lost. That doesn't matter. It's the fact that you just want a good match and you just want to see them in there. If Undertaker beat Sting, it wouldn't have been with no friggin' Sledgehammer or DX out in the ring. It would have been a straight up, match between two legends, and that's what would have been great about it. The near falls that could have happened. It's just a lot that we just missed out on because of the ignorance of Vince McMahon.
You think I'm going to argue with you, but I'm not. I don't disagree with you. I don't. I know you thought I was going to go back at you, but I don't. So let's put a bow on this WWE run. On February 25th, 2019 episode of Raw, Sting made his final appearance on WWE television since 2016. Damn. So 2016, he made his appearance. Then 3 years later, he made his final for the 70th birthday celebration of Ric Flair, but Flair was attacked by Batista before he could make it to the ring. This would end up being Sting's final appearance for the company, other than interviews recorded for the WWE network. In May 2020, it was reported that Sting was no longer under WWE contract. In October 2020, WWE stopped selling Sting's merchandise and pulled his page from WWE's shop. And that ends the mediocre run of Sting in the WWE. That was my words, not theirs. I put that in there. Sting's WWE run was terrible, and I give it a F. I give it a D+. Just because I thought the match with Triple H was fun, just match-wise. The ending was terrible, but I give it a D+. Put a bow on Sting's WWE run, Venkat.
Straight trash. Realized potential. We could have had a classic great match here, not just with The Undertaker, but others, established legends that were on the roster in WWE, and we didn't get that. We got a bunch of shenanigans, classic McMahon style, and it's just fun. When I think about it, you think about Hogan and his nonsense, and Starrcade '97 and Bash at the Beach 2000, and the one constant was Hogan and his ego. That same ego runs in Vince McMahon, and that's what kills these great moments that we could have had. So yeah, I'm gonna put straight trash. It's a 0. A 0, 100% 0. It could have been so much better than what it was. I bury it. Yep, I do bury it.
MD, put a bow on Sting's WWE run.
Yeah, man, it was underwhelming at best, man. The potential that was had there was limitless, but because of ulterior motives, allegedly, it wasn't meant to be, and it's unfortunate because later on down the line we could have saw other occurrences that happened prior, like a AJ Styles or Samoa Joe. Boundless possibilities of what it could have been, and potentially an asset backstage. Who knows? Like, he could have ended up being an agent of some sort or anything if they would have did him right. So it's unfortunate. But hey, I guess he went on to greener pastures, so to say.
Yeah. When we get into this, I mean, the complete F, just complete waste of time. You wasted 4 years of the man life. I'm pretty sure the paycheck was good, but look at this picture. How dope is this picture? Could you imagine this on your billboard? Like, man, this is what you're gonna get. And they could have done all the smoke and mirrors. They could, even if these guys wasn't back 20 years ago in shape, they were okay enough to put on a passable match. And that, but it would have been so character driven that we wouldn't have gave a dick about what they did in the ring. It wouldn't have mattered.
Exactly.
It would have just been so character driven. And I'm big on character. So I'm not going to sit here and say I wanted them to have a 5-star match. I could have cared less if all they could have did was Hogan and Rock and just go in there and throw punches and kicks. And they would have had the crowd just eating out the palm of their hand. So yeah, WWE, you get a big F+ for this. And I can't understand how Sting winning that match wouldn't have made you less money. And that's the problem that I don't understand. Because I get in boxing, Venkat brought up boxing, the politics, and guys don't want to fight other guys because they don't want to lose and take money out of their pocket. This is scripted. If a company's going to pay you $1 million, they're going to pay you $1 million whether you win or lose. Yep. The venue is already sold. You ain't going to make less money because Sting wins. You're probably going to get more off of merchandise sales. So yeah, you get a big fat F for this one, man. Yeah, all right. So,
Trevor, you know, Sika from the Samoans died.
Yeah,
that's Roman Reigns. That's Roman Reigns died, ain't it?
Yeah, I saw the video of not the video. I saw the picture of him in the hospital, and which I always hate when people do that, but. Whatever. I saw the picture of him in the hospital and they were saying, pray for him. He was not doing good. So it didn't surprise me when I saw that he had passed. Roman Reigns came out and made a statement. Boy, you talk about who gonna be the biggest babyface in the world is gonna be Roman Reigns when he comes back. But my goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah, his dad. I mean, loser. Hey, listen, y'all know what I'm dealing with right now with my dad and everything. So I don't even want to get on this, but it's it's rough. It's yeah, man. I don't ever wish nobody lose their parents and stuff like that. And then how close he was, and yeah, man. So rest in power to Sika. Oh man,
yeah, I can't wait for Roman Reigns to get back, man. This bloodline stuff is out of control, man, and they wasted my time. All these guys popping up should have been popped up at WrestleMania, man. What the frig?
And just a sidebar. Well, I guess it really is not a side because it's wrestling related. Paul Heyman might have gave the best performance of his career on Friday night. Hey, WWE is in the Renaissance, man.
MD, if I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, but look at what I wrote on Twitter. I said, when it is all said and done, Paul Heyman is the heart and soul of this bloodline story. MD, when he said, I do not acknowledge you as my tribal chief, and the way Madison Square Garden erupted, people were showing different camera shots of the way the crowd legit popped. Bro, Paul Heyman, how can we boo Paul Heyman when he comes back?
You can't do it, man. The man had tears rolling down his eyes, man.
Have you ever seen him take a bump before? I've never seen him take a bump like that.
Not like that.
He got the flying headbutt. Then he got the power bomb through the table. Oh my God, they were struggling to get him up. Oh my goodness. I was like, please don't drop the man.
With all that meat, of course.
I said, please don't
and when
drop
the table collapsed, it broke weird to where he just slid and basically went head first.
Yeah, Paul Heyman is every week he's just been doing these facial, like when he told CM Punk and CM Punk said, what was the thing you wanted me to do? And he was like, take me with you. It's like everything he does is just money. Paul Heyman, man, I
think Mike going a little bit overboard with the Bobby Heenan hate, but whatever.
I agree with Mike. I agree with Mike. And a lot of people were saying that Paul Heyman surpassed Bobby the Brain Heenan. He did. He did. He did. Bobby the Brain Heenan is fantastic. Great. He is okay to be 1B. It's okay to be 1B.
Oh boy.
It's okay. It's okay to be 1B. Paul Heyman has the longevity now. And he has nothing he has done has ever failed. I was somebody gonna say ECW. That didn't fail. That was a revolution. That's a revolution. That made WWE and WCW better with them being there.
Oh
So
yeah, I agree.
He didn't fail. This freaking guy is awesome, man. Can you imagine after SummerSlam? And I already had a show set for SummerSlam because SummerSlam is on a Saturday. So we do the review the following week. Don't worry. August is everything's already lined up. And Pour Your Heart Out is coming back in the first week of August also. But can you imagine when Cody beats Solo and they're just standing there and then they do the beatdown at the end and you see Paul Heyman walk out on that stage and say, ladies and gentlemen, and then you hear Roman Reigns music. If that show wasn't in the stadium, that roof would legit come off. Hey, Vince McMahon finally going to get his wish. He's going to get everybody to cheer Roman Reigns. That is all he ever wanted was for Roman Reigns to be a babyface. People hate Solo so much. I don't think Solo's doing a bad job at all. But
no, he's great.
People hate Solo so much. Solo's awesome, man. He's good. But standing next to the Samoan werewolf, you see why they're like, all right, you just holding the place here. But hey,
let me ask you a question real quick before we go to the next segment. Who is the last person? So you got, I call them Bloodline Red and Black with Solo, Jacob Fatu, Tongaloa, Tama Tonga. Bloodline Black and White. Who would be the fourth member? Is it Rock?
Brock Lesnar. It's Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar is not no bloodline member.
How do you tie that into a bloodline though?
Because no, that's the thing. It don't have to be tied to the. Listen, storyline writes itself. Roman Reigns cannot beat his family, so he has to go to the people who's been his biggest foils in his career, which is Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes for help. It just writes itself. It writes itself.
They got Jimmy. They got
Jimmy and Jay. That's it.
And they got Roman.
You got to have a fourth.
You got to have somebody else. That's what I'm telling you.
But there's other bloodline people out there that you could just
nobody knows. So you got Zila Fox. Nobody knows him. That guy could be standing next to us, and we wouldn't know.
Okay, so then put The Rock is obviously going to be the fourth guy.
No, The Rock is the head of the table that. The Rock is the head of the table that Solo keeps talking about. It writes itself. He's getting orders. He's getting orders from somebody else. It's The Rock who he's getting orders from.
They went to Madison Square Garden. Frigged up. They should have had that in January. First Raw or Nitro. I'm not Nitro, of Netflix. They should have had that first Netflix Raw in Madison Square Garden, and Cody should have beat Roman then.
Oh my God, you back on this again?
Man, they frigged it up, man.
Hey man, we got 38 minutes and before AEW Forbidden Door starts. So
all right, keep going.
Yeah, so and I didn't know Sting has so many matches in AEW. Mike is saying they're gonna get the Shield, they're gonna get the Shield when Dean's contract. I think Dean's gonna re-sign with AEW because he get to go to Japan. And y'all know how I feel about Moxley, so I'm enough said with that. So All Elite Wrestling Run 2020 to 2024 on December 2nd, 2020, Sting made his hold on, because I gotta switch between screens. Sting made his AEW debut after a tag team match that pitted Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin against Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks at Dynamite. Winter is Coming. This marked his first appearance on TNT since defeating Ric Flair in the final episode of WCW Monday Nitro on March 26, 2001. Somebody turned 21 that day. So Sting made his AEW debut. It was later announced that Sting had officially signed a multi-year contract with AEW. AEW also began selling Sting's merchandise on the December 9th episode of Dynamite. No, on the December 9th episode of Dynamite, Sting spoke for the first time on TNT in nearly 20 years, confirming to Cody he was officially signed with AEW. So again, Cody is just in the middle of everything. Cody Rhodes is, I mean, boy, when they let him walk, I don't, boy, you talk about just big mistakes. So for 2020, from 2020,
we don't know the reason fully though. We don't really know. It seemed like something happened in the back somewhere.
I think somebody did something to Brandy.
It could be. It sounds weird what happened.
Yeah, it had to do something with Brandy. It had to, because he was literally owner. Like basically, it had to do with Brandy. So from 2021 to 2023, he teamed with Darby Allin. So he retired in so his whole run. Following his debut with AEW, Sting aligned himself with Allin. On January 21st, 2021, it was announced that Sting would team with Darby Allin against Team Taz, Brian Cage and Ricky Starks in a street fight at Revolution on March 7th, my birthday. So that's why he wanted to retire on March 7th at Revolution.
That's where it started.
Marking Sting's first match since September 2015, thus coming out of retirement. Sting and Allin won the match, which was pre-taped on location. All right, so admittedly, I didn't watch any of these matches. So if y'all watch them and got something on them,
they have a playlist on AEW. I watched that playlist. It's like 2-3 hours long, and it shows all this. It's pretty good stuff, man. It shows like all the appearances he made on Dynamite and all the stuff leading up, the promos leading up to the matches. Then you see the match, and then you go into the next story. It's pretty good. I like how they did it.
Yeah, this cinematic match looked dope though, with the guys with the Sting mask around the ring.
Yeah, he took Darby Allin took a lot of hard hits here. A lot of crazy.
What's new? MD, did you watch any of this?
No. The only thing I remember is him being in the ring with Tony Schiavone after all these years. You know what I'm saying? That part was nostalgia for me. Other than that, I wasn't really at this particular time interested in AEW like that. So I didn't see the match.
In this match, Sting got the pin.
All right, so Venkat, you're gonna have to give us play-by-play on this because I didn't watch none of this. So Sting and Allin teamed up. So let's keep on going then. He has another match. So Sting did get the pin, just like Venkat said. Y'all know I always got the pictures for you. So let's go to Double or Nothing. Sting and Allin again teamed up and defeated the team of Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Newest member of NXT, All Ego Ethan Page, at AEW's marquee event Double or Nothing on May 30th, 2021, which was done live in front of a full capacity crowd after Florida lifted the COVID-19 protocols. Sting had initially planned to only appear in cinematic matches for AEW, but Allin convinced him to compete in live events, beginning with Double or Nothing, which was his first live match in front of a crowd since WWE United Champions in 2015. All right, Venkat, you got something on this match?
No, this one I don't remember too much. But obviously Sting won. Sting didn't lose anything in the AEW.
All right, on August 18th.
How random is Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page? Like what?
Yeah.
Just thrown together for them to fight.
On August 18, 2021, episode of Dynamite, Sting wrestled on TNT for the first time in 20 years as he and Allin teamed up at the Ferretti Center in Houston to defeat 2.0, Jeff Parker and Matt Lee. Anything on this match?
No.
Yeah, who the hell is Jeff Parker and Matt Lee?
Exactly. Let's keep riding. Then on January 19, 2022, Sting appeared on TBS for the first time in over 20 years. A lot of firsts here. since his last appearance in November 2000 episode of WCW Thunder. During the event, which was held at the Entertainment and Sports Arena in DC, he and Allen teamed up to defeat the Acclaimed, Anthony Bowens and Max Caster. Y'all gonna keep telling me how good this team is. Miss me with that.
They're great, man.
Y'all had any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I love the Acclaim. I really think they're great, but I know you hate them, but whatever.
You want to say why I don't like them?
I don't want to say why you don't like them.
You want to really say if Trevor is back?
No. No, I'll forego that part.
You really let's push the button. Let's see how far we can push the button. So they could be like, hey, you gonna have Mike turned up. Mike gonna be like, oh shit, so we doing that now? So come back Man Talk Monday. He gonna be like, hey, if you said that, then I can say anything now. So at Dynamite Holiday Bash, Sting, Allen, and CM Punk defeated the Pinnacle, MJF, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood. That just sounds like a fire team in what was Sting and Punk's first AEW main event match. So
this was cool.
Yeah, I like that.
With CM Punk had the paint on, right?
Yeah, he had the Sting paint on. Yeah.
This was real cool.
This one.
Yeah, y'all know I ain't see none of this. I came in 2023. So let's keep riding. What you guys are seeing though? He was in a lot of he had 29 matches in AEW, and it was undefeated. So at Revolution, Sting would win a tornado tag match with Sammy Guevara and Allen over Andrade, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy. That's another one, Isaiah Cassidy. I think that's the team. What do they call Private Party or something?
Private Party. Yeah.
Yeah, them boys there.
Yeah, they're good, man. They got some moves.
Them boys there dainty as I don't know what. So Sting and Allen appeared at AEW versus New Japan Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door is taking place in a couple of minutes. An event co-promoted by AEW and New Japan on June 28th, where they teamed with Los Ingobernables de Japano. So they teamed with Shingo Takagi in the 6-man tag team match in which they defeated Bullet Club members, the Young Bucks, and El Fantasmo. Anything on this one?
Nah, I didn't see that particular. That was the first Forbidden Door. I didn't see that.
All right, God, this man was in a lot of damn man. Holy crap! That's what I'm telling you, Venkat. I think his AEW run had more matches than his TNA run.
He might have, because during the TNA run, he wasn't always wrestling like that, and he did have the title.
He had 29 matches in AEW. That's insane. When you think about it. You got a guy like Miro who hasn't been on TV in 2 years.
Well, we know that Roman Reigns last year had 6 matches, so that's the bar right there.
He had 32 matches in 4 years. At All Out, Sting, Allen, and Miro defeated the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. Shout out to Buddy Matthews, married Rhea Ripley over the weekend in another 6-man tag team match. So I mean, Sting and Allen won that. Hey, listen, the person who benefited the most from this is Darby Allin, because he was able to go on a 29 match win streak. I mean, this is insanity here. At Rampage Grand Slam, Sting, Allen, and Miro, and a lot of these I couldn't find pictures for. At Rampage Grand Slam, Sting, Miro. Okay, I already read that. Oh, Sting and Darby Allin defeated the House of Black, King and Matthews during the Grand Slam match. Sting's longtime rival, the Great Muta, made a surprise appearance to rescue Sting from an attack by Matthews. So this is cool. Moment. Like, this is cool. Like, to see the Great Muta in the ring. I know that's MD's favorite wrestler. Like, to see the Great Muta in the ring with Sting, and the old NWA, WCW history over that TV title and stuff like that. This is great. This is
something WWE would never or could never do, is make the career mean something and matter. and highlighting those moments, especially a nice payoff for wrestling fans that have been following certain characters for so long, and they just would fail on every. I don't want to say it.
Well, see, and here's the point of contention right here. Yes, this was a great moment for all of us, right? We're, tried and true wrestling fans that know the history.
Nobody watched it.
The analytics will suggest from a WWE standpoint, nobody knows who Great Muta is. So, to your point, Venkat, they wouldn't do something like this without giving a backdrop of who the Great Muta is. AEW and their analytics suggest that their demographic, you don't have to do that because they already assume that you know who Great Muta is. That's one of the issues with AEW. I'm not taking away from the moment. I'm not taking from the moment at all. But when it comes to WWE, Great Muta has nothing to do with it as a promotion, right? So from that aspect, you could make that argument on both sides.
No,
I would go ahead.
Well, this is what I'll say. First of all, whether it be established stars like a Great Muta, who you should know, but even if you don't know, that's why you tune in, so you do get to know, and it makes you want to learn more. I don't think that you should never just ignore anybody because of a perceived, well, people don't know who he is. Well, you make them know who he is. That's kind of senseless. You have brand new people coming into WWE all the time through NXT or through just free agency to just sign them and bring them in WWE. You're always going to have somebody you don't know. There's always going to be a point. Seth Rollins was I don't know who that is at one point. That means nothing.
But you can't make that argument though, Venkat. When they brought in Tyler Black, they changed his name to Seth Rollins.
Oh my God!
I'm
they
just being
always
honest.
changing people's names, man. They keep doing that.
So I mean that goes against that argument. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I just think it's a backwards mentality WWE is doing. I don't really think it's legit. I think it has to do more with, like, for instance, China when she was in WWE, once she left, she couldn't use China, so she had to use the name China Doll. And they had a history of just taking people's names and not letting them use it. So they got to use these. That's
business.
That's bad business.
No, that's not. So if the Houston, who your favorite basketball team? Well, so wherever Dame is.
Trailblazers, man.
So if another entity wants to come up now and call themselves the Portland Trailblazers, you have no issue with them being able to do that.
That's not the same thing, though.
Is exactly the same thing.
It's not. You're saying another entity. The person only wrestled in your league and then left your league. Another entity is completely different from a person. This is the person. Now we got to call this person like Edge. Like, look what Edge got. You can't call him Edge. You can't call him Edge. Like, it's just silly. It's really petty and dumb, really, is what it is. Just let the damn wrestlers have their names. Like, it's not a big deal. But with Vince McMahon, everything is about power and keeping people in line. And I don't fall in line with that mentality. I'm not bending.
All right. I mean, we got 20 minutes because you can't stay on track, man. You're gonna turn this into a Vince McMahon hate fest. I mean, we get it. He's a bad person. We get it.
Go ahead.
You hate him. Fire up a stream and just go on a 4-hour rant about Vince McMahon. Because
I'm a fire up a stream with all these guys that be putting MD out there.
We get it. You hate Vince McMahon. But you do know Muta is in the WWE Hall of Fame, though. I mean, but that was a Triple H move. Vince would have never put him in. So
that's what I'm saying.
At Full Gear, Sting and Allen defeated Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. As a result of Muta appearing in AEW to help Sting at Rampage, Grand Slam in September 22, Sting then took part in the Great Muta's final bye-bye. That's what they called it, final bye-bye on January 22nd 2023, marking Sting's only Pro Wrestling Noah appearance, where he teamed with Allen and Muta in Muta's final match. Sting and Allen and Muta defeated Akira, Hakushi, and Marufuji in a trios match. And just so you guys know, AJ Styles and Io Shirai will be competing at one of these Chinese promotions also. So again, for everybody who hates Triple H,
You're racist, man. Chinese,
it is.
Japanese.
Well, what I said. What happened?
He said Chinese. He said Chinese.
Aren't they? What am I supposed to say? Asian?
Wow.
So I can't say that one either. Oh my goodness, bro. Yeah. Hey, y'all. Hey, Vince McMahon once said, "I want the old Stone Cold back." Nobody want me back now, huh? So, all right, so that's the end of that one. Let's bring up the next one. We got 20 more to go in 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and fly through these. Damn, this man wrestled a lot of matches. Holy crap. At Forbidden Door on June 25th, Sting, Allen, and Tatsui Naito defeated the team of Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki. I love that Minoru Suzuki guy. That guy he just looks like somebody you don't want to get in a fight with. In the summer of 2023, Sting and Allen entered into a feud with the Mogul Embassy stable after Allen's longtime friend AR Fox turned heel, attacked Allen, and joined Allen's rival Swerve Strickland in the group on July 26 Dynamite. Sting appeared as his Joker persona on the August 16th Dynamite in the segment featuring Mogul Embassy member Prince Nana. The next day, Sting and Allen made a surprise appearance at World Wrestling Alliance 4, a show in Atlanta, to attack Fox. And that's what I will say with AEW. They do allow these guys to just pop up. What is Mike saying? The words of Trevor don't necessarily consider shit. Yeah.
There you go.
So
hey, Mike put that PSA up right there, man. Mike doing God's work right now.
So this is where I started watching. So Sting, Allen, and Nick Wayne saved Fox from an attack by Strickland and Brian Cage. August 23rd Dynamite, after Fox was fired from Mogul Embassy and Allen and Fox reconciled. Sting with his Joker persona and Allen defeated Strickland and Cage in a coffin match at All In on August 27, 2023. I did see this. I love this match. I had nothing but praise for this match just because it was this was ridiculously good. Darby Allin with the thumbtack jacket. This was ridiculous. Even though Swerve's dread is hanging out, so technically the match isn't really over, but let's not pay too attention. And I think I brought that up. Let's not pay that much attention to detail there.
Yeah, I remember when we reviewed it.
Yeah, because I know, because if your hair, because they say Bianca Belair, you can't get disqualified for using her hair because it's part of her. So if his hair, if his dread is hanging out, then technically he's not in the coffin. In the fall of 2023, Sting and Allen feuded with Christian Cage and Luchasaurus at Wrestle Dream on August 1st. Wayne betrayed Sting and Allen and joined Cage's group. Sting and Allen were attacked by Cage, Luchasaurus, and Wayne, but were saved by Adam Copeland in his AEW debut. So that's when Edge made his. That's when Edge made his debut. Man, Sting just been wow. This guy just went through a lot. So now we're wrapping up here. So final matches and second retirement, 2023 to 2024. On the October 18, 2023 episode of Dynamite, Sting announced that he would be retiring from in-ring competition in 2024, with his final match to be held at Revolution on March 3rd that year. On the October 25th episode of Dynamite, Sting's longtime NWA and WCW rival Ric Flair made his debut at AEW as a surprise gift from AEW co-owner and president Tony Khan, with Flair saying he would be in Sting's corner for the final match. Vancast's favorite wrestler. So the Nature Boy Ric Flair comes out. Man, he looks terrible. Boy, we talk about Joe Biden looking bad. My God.
And Flair's younger than Biden.
Oh my goodness! And by the way, we'll deal with it on Tuesday, but I don't think Biden did that bad. I think his aesthetics were what was terrible, because when you ask him a question, at least he answered it. He took a couple of minutes to get to the point, but he at least answered it. It wasn't like when they asked, "Hey, what are you going to do about Roe v. Wade?" Donald Trump was like, "I want to get back to this. Your son is going to be a felon." And I'm like, "Bro, that's not what she asked you, dude." Yeah, I can't wait for you. I hope you rip that thing up real good, and we got to dissect that, because that was ridiculous. And everybody criticizing Biden because of how he looks. Yeah, he looks terrible. I mean, he looked like his battery was running out, but at least he answered questions. And it just took him too long. And like, why the hell they start talking about playing golf? Like it just
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. He baited Biden in the babbling, basically.
Yeah.
Biden shouldn't have took that bait on that one.
He dumbed down Biden.
Yeah, that was white people babble, man, for days. Like it was terrible.
Cracker babble?
We can't.
Cracker babble?
Yeah, we can't call it babble. Yeah, Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
Shout out to Cracker Barrel.
They're horrible.
Nah, man, please.
Van Cat don't eat nothing, man.
Yes, Van Cat don't like nothing. Van Cat just probably will survive on water and saltine crackers or something. So Sting, Allen, and Copeland then defeated Cage, Wayne, and Luchasaurus in the 6-man tag team match at Full Gear. Yeah, so I saw this one. This one was really good too. This was a really good match. This is one I think Ric Flair took that ridiculous bump. On the February 7, 2024 episode of Dynamite, Sting and Allen defeated Ricky Starks and Big Bill to win the AEW World Tag Team Championship. This marks Sting's first championship since his final run with the TNA title in 2011. So his first championship in 13 years. Like, wow, that's crazy.
Real quick sidebar. Speaking of Ricky Starks, you've been hearing about him, right?
When is he showing up in NXT?
Hey, that's what I want to know, man. Because that's ridiculous, man. He went from one of your top rising stars to like obscurity.
But again, it's the problem I've always had with AEW. They put more stock. They are going to offer Becky Lynch more money than they offered Mercedes. Just think about that. Think about that.
Yeah,
but isn't Becky Lynch better than Mercedes?
She is, but like again, you're letting all ego Ethan Page leave. Ricky Starks is gonna leave. You lost Andrade. Like you're losing all these good young guys for women.
What about Merrill? Merrill's still there?
Yeah, I don't know what's up. I don't know where the hell he at. But you're Malachi Black may be leaving soon. You're losing these.
Malachi Black got the best name ever.
You're losing all these good young guys for some women that can't even talk good and can't have a good match. Is because they main event at WrestleMania. That's if Tony Khan be honest and you inject them with some true serum, you're gonna be like, just because they main event at WrestleMania, that's it. And I feel like they could at least, his whole thing is, I bet you if he can get to 1 million viewers on Dynamite, he'll probably streak nude on camera.
Hey, if I was gonna say, if Becky Lynch goes to AEW, doesn't that leave an opening for Seth Rollins to come to?
No, Seth Rollins just re-signed a new contract.
Yeah, Seth Rollins.
Yeah, but how long is that contract though?
It's at least 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, he don't want to just be. Drew could have gone there and been big fish in a small pond. If Becky goes there, you know who there's going to be bad for? It's going to be bad for Tony Storm, because now they got a new foreign woman that they going to push above Tony Storm, which Tony Storm is their
but
best character.
Becky Lynch can't hold a candle to Tony Storm though.
But
Yeah, Tony Storm is awesome.
Becky Lynch main event at WrestleMania. What are y'all not? Now y'all gonna make me start sounding like Mike. What are you not understanding what I just said?
So basically, we talking about WCW 2.0 under Eric Bischoff is basically what we're saying.
Wait a minute, hold on
Let's get
now.
all the big WWE stars.
Yes, yes.
It doesn't matter that
let's neglect the vanilla midgets, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
It doesn't matter if you main event at WrestleMania. They went to London. That's a bigger crowd than WrestleMania. That doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, but it did.
The WrestleMania doesn't mean the status of WrestleMania don't mean that much no more.
Venkat, don't do that. Don't do
Come on now.
Don't do that. Come on, that Wembley show, we all agree that was a great show, but you can't put that on the caliber of what a WrestleMania means. There's not a wrestler in the world that'd be like, oh, I'd rather main event that Wembley show than any WrestleMania. Come on, man, don't do that. I know you don't like them, but don't do that.
And I mean, all in is a one-off, Venkat. I mean, I think you would agree with that.
It's not a one-off. They're doing it again this year.
Well, that's not what I mean. I'm talking about the powder keg of the pressure that builds up toward WrestleMania. We didn't get that the last All In. All we knew was everybody bought tickets, and that's all we should care about. Let's be honest.
And All In will go down as the event that Tony Khan let his biggest star leave because of somebody named Jungle Boy. Just think about it. Just don't ever listen. CM Punk hasn't been in the ring in 3 or 4 months, and he's doing more without ever going in the ring than Jungle Boy has done since he's been back. The best thing Jungle Boy has done since he's been back is get hit with a flamethrower. I mean, come on, man. The two are not the same. Tony Khan needs a wrestling mind. Like you hear the rumors about Shane McMahon.
Yeah, Shane.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
That would be great. That would be good. Just to have something exciting to happen, I think that's worth it alone.
That'll be the ultimate thumb to the nose of Vince, bro. If they can pull that off,
yeah,
man.
So what do you? Because Shane. I mean, I like Shane McMahon. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. But
I mean, he did mess up that Royal Rumble that year. So.
What do you think that would do? Because we never knew. Nobody ever said he was a great wrestling mind. He's a great character, but like when I say wrestling mind, like you hear people talk about Arn Anderson, which they let leave. You hear people, Mark Henry, which they let leave. You hear about these people that got like wrestling minds for the business. I never heard nobody say Shane McMahon has a wrestling mind for the business. He could jump off of stuff. That's what he could do.
But that would be like, okay, so if Tony Khan were to get Shane McMahon, that would be like a trophy prize to be able to say, hey, look, I got one of the McMahons in my organization here. And I don't know, it would be an interesting shakeup,
Mike took the words out of my mouth. You're gonna get the worst McMahon. If anybody, I'd be trying to get Stephanie. I'd be trying to get Stephanie, if anything.
Stephanie's horrible.
Stephanie, but at least Stephanie got a wrestling acumen. Like she knows the business. That's great. Hey. All right, so they win the. Oh shit, we got a couple minutes. All right, one of y'all got it on in the back, so I know MD, you still driving, so we only got a couple more. Okay, so after winning the tag team titles, Sting and Allen were attacked by the Young Bucks, and the Bucks then became the number one contenders for the title, with Sting and Allen scheduled to defend the titles in a tornado tag at Revolution for Sting's retirement match. So they're going back to Greensboro Coliseum, where Sting and Flair had the 45-minute Iron Man match, which I still think is one of the greatest matches ever. The match featured Ricky Steamboat as a guest timekeeper, run-ins from Ric Flair's son Garrett, from Sting's son Garrett and Steve. All right, so let's get to the match. So after they won the titles, the Young Bucks attacked them, which I thought this angle was great. The Young Bucks in their suits and everything. This is what made me like the Young Bucks. As y'all know, I've been giving them shit their entire run. This is what made me like them because I love the serious smarmy heel that comes out in the suit and they wear the white suit and is all bloodied up. I just loved it. I thought that angle was so great. So now that leads to the match at Revolution.
EVPs.
So you have the match at Revolution, which Sting's sons came out as Surfer Sting and Crow Sting. Just a great moment. The match, because Venkat wouldn't stop cutting me off when we were trying to review it, so I never got to give my review of it, but I thought this match was great. For all the shit that I gave Sting, so now y'all gonna hear me say it. Sting's AEW run. So doing the research for this trilogy that we done, and God, this was a lot. I need to take a break. I think Sting's AEW run was better than his Impact run. And I didn't watch it. It was an Impact run, but just reading all this stuff, it just seems like it matched up better. I mean, the WWE run, you just throw that in the garbage because that was terrible. I think AEW, for everything I criticized them for, everything that they did wrong, because they do a lot wrong, they did right by Sting. And I want to know, we'll never find this out. We'll probably find this out in the shoot interview. I wonder when Sting was signing with them, if he was like, hey, my WWE run was terrible. If I'm going to come over there, you're going to have to like make me look like, like $1 million. Because I always criticize, why is he always with Darby? Darby's just getting the rub off of Sting, and which is fine because I used to hate Darby too, but I ended up liking him because if anybody's going to put their body on the line to entertain me, I guess I got to at least appreciate it. But I wonder if Sting had that conversation with Tony, like, hey, you saw how my last run went. That can't happen again. I won't wrestle for any championships because he did. To my knowledge, I don't think he wrestled for any singles title. Yeah, he didn't, because he was like 29-0. Everything was tag team. Yep. So it was no harm, no foul. Every week I would get on here and criticize him, but to a man, y'all always heard me say is because of how old he was. I did not want to see anything happen to Sting, because Venkat gonna have to find me the tape where I said the Ultimate Warrior was better than Sting, because I don't think I would ever say anything like that. That was Solar that said that.
Solar machines was rolling.
Yeah, Solar said that. That wasn't me who said that. But yeah, Sting is. This match was great, man. Like, if you always envision how you want to go out on something, I feel like every wrestler, this is how they want to do it. With your sons in the ring, your greatest rival, Ric Flair, regardless of what anybody want to say. Ricky Steamboat was there. AEW just can't do nothing right though. They cut the damn time so before you can get to his feet. But I just think I think his AEW run was and this is where y'all gonna hear me say it. I give his AEW run a big gold belt, the highest run we could give anything over here. They handled him perfect. Sting is an absolute legend. I hope he never gets back in the ring, because you can't have a send off like that and then come mess it up. Don't be
exactly like Ric Flair did with Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, don't be Ric Flair. Don't be Ric Flair. Sting's run was fantastic. They couldn't have handled it any better. Kudos to Tony Khan for that. I got to give him credit for that. Kudos to Sting for putting his damn body through all that, all the table bumps and all that other shit he was doing. Just fantastic. I got nothing but praise for this. Vince McMahon, you completely shit the bed, because you could have had Sting versus Undertaker and we still would have been talking about that to this day.
Exactly.
You ruined that. You really ruined that. Hey, I got to give AEW credit for this. This run was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. Sting is an absolute legend. Sting has now entered in my top 3 for greatest wrestlers of all time, supplanting Ric Flair. He pushed Ric Flair out of the top 3. So wow. There you go. What do you, because when you had to do the research for this stuff and you had to go back and look at all, remember we covered his career from beginning to end, and I had to go back and read a lot of stuff. I had to get a lot of photos and stuff like that. And I'm like, holy crap, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. This man is awesome. We're going to have to do one about Ric Flair, which is probably going to be a 10-part episode because his career was just longer. But he's not better than Sting. He's not. Maybe a better wrestler than Sting. But when I say better, I'm talking about complete package, character, everything. Sting, you know what? I'm gonna say it now. Sting, I put over Hulk Hogan. There you go. And that's and that is,
you know how much Trevor loved Hulk Hogan.
That is hard for me to say right now, to put Sting over Hulk Hogan. Like, boy, you don't know how hard this is for me to be saying right now, to put Sting over Hulk Hogan. But I have to, because I'm just looking at, I never heard anything about Sting being a politician. I never heard anything. He may have been, but I never heard anything about the stuff you hear about Hogan and Flair. You never heard that about Sting. Never.
It just doesn't work for me, brother.
So that's it. MD, what you got on the man called Sting?
Hey, tremendous career, man. Again, when we look at his AEW run, I give him a 5 in his AEW run. Me personally, I wouldn't put it over his TNA career because he had maturation in TNA to the Joker character. So me personally, I wouldn't do it. It's a close second, but the body of work in AEW speaks for itself. That's just what it is. Now I'll say this: when it comes to Tony Khan, I don't give him any reverence to it besides signing. That's it. Sting could have said, hey, "Look, I'm gonna come in the middle of the ring. I'm gonna come in the middle of the ring and I'm gonna take a crap in the middle of the ring," and Tony Khan a book it. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Sting called his own shots. I'm not saying he was going in business for him. I ain't saying that. Of course, Tony Khan was still booking it. But when it came to the stuff that Sting wanted to do, that was Sting's call. Tony Khan ain't had no say in none of that. So, you know, and from that aspect, I don't give Tony Khan any reverence to what Sting did in AEW, besides signing. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean? It's a good thing because we saw a lot of great moments in his career in AEW. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. So I give him that much credit. But big gold belt. Sting had a great ending of his career in Greensboro, where it should have been. You know what I mean? Hell, Revolution overall was a great show.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you know what I mean? That just capped it off. It's in my pay-per-view of the year list.
It ain't World's End.
Yeah. So yeah, no doubt. Kudos to Sting for what he was able to do to cap off his career.
Van Cat, take us home.
Hey, when you think of Sting, you think back to the blonde head bleach hair of young Sting with all the energy and passion and you see like his willingness to face all the older statesmen in the NWA, and you could see, you know, his willingness to really work in the ring. Something that, you know, Warrior didn't get. That Warrior didn't do that. You know, he just was, you know, being Warrior, just knocking people around. But Sting, he paid his dues. He went into the trenches. He did story. You look at his matches with Rick Rude and Ric Flair and Vader. I mean, he did different styles of matches. He wrestled different, you know, him going up against smaller opponents like Liger and Flying Brian, and, you know, just matching up differently with different sizes. He was just great. He was just great with his versatility, and to go from that energetic, young, exciting Surfer Sting to then to go to the Crow, to then go to Wolfpack, and blending like the energy of the Surfer Sting with the mystique of the Crow Sting. I mean, it was just great. Then to add the Joker Sting into that mix, and ultimately what it all evolved towards the end of the AEW run. Sting, that's one of the big things about a legend, like not staying one way and just going down with the ship. He adapted. He made course corrections, and he wasn't an unliked guy. Like Hogan is probably the most hated wrestler for all wrestlers that ever came across him because he was selfish and he was vindictive, and Sting wasn't that guy. You can't hear a bad word from him from his contemporaries, and he's just a role model that you could say, hey, that's a guy you want to pattern your career after. You want to do it like that guy did it, and that's great to see because in a world of Hogans and Flairs, it's great to have a Sting.
Hey, let me. I'm trying to find that site. I had to do it on my other TV. Yeah, I mean, hey, there's no. I mean, stellar career. I just hope he doesn't come back. I just hope he
ain't
doesn't.
coming back. He ain't coming back. Because Tony Khan wanted him in a London show. He ain't coming back.
Yeah, stellar career. Hey, nothing else I can say about it. So, fellas, I know World's End started 10 minutes ago, so that's what's no Forbidden Door. I don't know why I got World's End in my mind. So for everybody that's watching, man, appreciate you guys coming through. Appreciate Venkat and MD. We did what 54 of these things, and that's just what I have numbered. There's probably 3 or 4 of them that I didn't number, so we may very well be closer to 60. So I really appreciate you guys sticking in for the ride. It is not over though, because now we got to do the death of WCW. I already got the show scheduled for the SummerSlam review. That's going to be on SummerSlam is the 2nd or the 3rd. No, SummerSlam is the 3rd. So I think the show going to be either the 6th or the 7th. So I already got that scheduled. Then we could jump on the death of WCW after that. I'll start watching that this week. I already got Man Talk Monday scheduled for that week when we get back. Pour Your Heart Out is coming back. So y'all be sure and tune in to what's going on the channel. Be sure to tune in to Tape Fist Politics this Tuesday. We're going to be breaking down the debate, the crazy debate, which I love that format. I know MD said he didn't like that format. I love that format because it's good when you don't get people talking over each other. I love that.
Well, it wasn't necessarily the format; it was the way they conducted the question. You know what I'm saying? I believe they gave Trump too many choices, man. They gave him too many times to speak, and that's BS.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
You go and then you come back. That's BS, man.
Yeah, he was able to rebuke things that were said and then answer the question anyway. He should have lost his time. He should have lost his time.
Yeah, I agree when you do it that way. But in the debates though, they always say you could use your rebuttal round to cover anything you didn't cover in your previous round. So I guess
what they were doing, they would ask Trump a question. He would not answer the question at all. They would go to Biden to rebut what Trump said, even though he didn't stick to the point. Then they would go back to Trump to ask him the same question. That's some BS.
Yeah, CNN dropped the ball on that, man. And that was a tactic too, with Trump and them saying, "Hey, Jake Tapper hates Trump and this and that," putting it out there so that they were nervous to not ruffle feathers. And I think they took it a little lighter. I think that was a knowing tactic that the Trump team did, and it worked.
Peace to your bones. Y'all check out the MMA show from earlier this morning. Zay and Bones did another review show for last night's quick dismantling of I don't even know how to say his name, but man, there was some knockouts in last night's show. But they reviewed it this morning. But again, man, Tape Fist Politics this Tuesday. You're gonna be going over that debate, so that's gonna be a lively one. Mike, Venkat, Ricardo, Jeremy Dunbar may slide through. I did talk to him the other day. He's dealing with some stuff too. I think everybody's going on with some stuff. MD, the political prophet amongst men. Y'all make sure and check out his YouTube channel. He does have his new channel coming up soon, but we'll drop that once we get the information for it. Just everybody, y'all listen, everybody, I'm not going nowhere. Everybody keeps thinking I'm leaving. I'm not going anywhere. There's some things going on with my family, with my dad and my uncle. I got to get my mind right. That's all I can say. So I'm just going to take some time off. I got peace, St. Louis. I do have and just to show you we're not going anywhere. I already got like 4 shows scheduled for August, first week of August. We're already rocking and rolling. So and you get my old version back, man, because I can't be censored anymore. It is what it is. Ad rev be damned. It is what it is. I can't. Sometimes I get off of a show and I'd be like, damn, bro, why did I censor myself? Why didn't I say this? Why didn't I want to? I didn't say what I wanted to say. And I can't. I got to be truthful to myself. I always teach my daughter, always be truthful to who you are and who I am. I'm a foul mouth, individual. And I mean, it is what it is. And I say stuff, and whomever it offends, I mean, it just offends you. That's just how it is. So.
Hey, Trevor, the message on the screen there. Oh
yeah, hey, listen, bro. I ain't got no issue with none of y'all. I'm staying out of everything that's going on those ends, and when y'all done, I'll still be here. So I'm good, y'all. We good. I watch both of y'all, and that's it. I'm good.
Does anybody know what the first match is?
I'm Switzerland. I'm Switzerland in this mug. I'm Switzerland in this mug. I'm neutral as hell around this bitch. I'm neutral as hell in this one, boy. I ain't said nothing. Yeah, I don't know what the first match is, and my wife on the TV that got the Fire Stick. So y'all had to drop the link of the of that we could watch it in the chat again. So I'm gonna have to watch it on my computer.
Okay.
Hey, Bones, send me the link.
I can't mess with it while I'm driving, because you gotta block all the pop-ups and do all the, you know what I'm saying?
Oh shit, MJF is the first. Oh, Bones, send me the link because I had to watch it on my computer because the TV that the
I
hookup
just tried
is
to do
on.
it on my tablet, but I gotta finagle with it. I gotta be stopped to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, he's saying the Elite about to go. Wait a minute. So why one saying MJF, one saying Elite? All right,
MJF
fellas.
already won the match. He already won. He got injured.
Wait, already? It's only 15 minutes.
It's 16?
MJF hurt his arm.
You gotta be shitting me.
Wow.
MJF is hurt?
Yeah, that's what Mike says. MJF hurt his arm, but he won.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
They get, come on, man. He can't be hurt again. All right, everybody, we out of here, man. Y'all make sure and tune in to Take Fist Politics this Tuesday. Check out MD's channel. To Venkat, Mike, everybody in the chat, St. Louis, Keela. I'll get y'all on the other side. Y'all make sure and tune in to the merchandise video that's coming out soon. With all that being said, I leave you with these words. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. See you when I see you. Peace!
And the bitch
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep in the shit.
I'm gonna